What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Scott Boys. We're here with another team captain interview, which obviously you could tell by the title. It's the Infernal Warriors captain. But we'll get to that in a second. I've got just one thing to announce quickly before we do. There's been a change to step to the left. Their jungler Sam's now back to the solo lane, so they are still looking for a jungler to lock into their roster. Thank you for your patience and thank you for your time. Now, anyway. Right onto it. I'm with Infernal Warriors captain Chris, aka the Don King. Hi, Chris.
Good.
So, Chris, quick question. I've been starting off lately with this. How confident are you going into this tournament?
In all honesty, the
Mhm.
team already understands we're one of the underdogs, so we're going in to learn and to do as much as we can.
So, when you say you understand you're the underdogs, do you mean like underdogs as in you think you can do the underdog storyline of going all the way, or underdogs where like yeah we'll probably lose but we're gonna try and win?
The second one.
So so you think you'll lose but you're gonna try and win?
Yeah, we want to, as Randy, my solo lane, has already stated to us before, or stated to me, we would prefer not to be last, but if we go higher than fifth, it just makes us happier.
I mean, that's true. When you come in as bottom seeds, I mean, you can't get any worse, right?
Yeah.
You can only go up. So, we're going to move straight on to the big portion of the show. We're going to go on to the bracket prediction. So, obviously, I'm going to get you to tell you the set, how many what's it out of, ask you for your score and reasonings behind you thinking that score, and then maybe a win condition for the other team, like maybe something they can do to, turn it around and make them win.
Okay.
So, first game would be Team Tug, aka Dean's team, versus Step to the Left, aka Sam's team, in a best of 5.
Okay.
Scoreline, please.
Well, if I'm being honest, I think it will probably be. I don't know if it'll be as close as I would like it to be, but I would like to see a 3-2 game to Team Tug, with how I'm thinking.
Is that what you'd like, or what you actually think's gonna happen?
Well,
I'm asking for what you
what
think's
I
gonna
think will
happen,
happen,
not
what
what
I
you
think
want.
will
Is what you
happen,
think.
yeah, what I think will happen will be a 3-1 to Team Tug or 3-2 to Team Tug, depending on how well Step to the Left play.
Mhm. So, is there something Step to the Left can actually do to turn that into 3-2 them? Is there anything they can do?
Well, from past scrims against Team Tug that we've seen them do, the way really they could probably achieve like winning more games would be if they could shut down the jungle slash mid.
So, if they shut down Dean and Eddie,
Yes.
which I'd like to point
Like
out.
the rest of the team are really they're really good, but depending on how it is, Sam is about average, solo lane, they're about the same. Anders, I reckon, is a better support, and I don't know anything about their ADC, but Dean and Mason, or Dean and Eddie, will definitely beat Mason and, well, whoever Sam gets for jungle.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
just saying that maybe if they could shut down Eddie and Dean in the early game and just keep that lead with the mid jungle, it could be an easier game for them.
Okay. Right. Moving straight on to Infernal Warriors versus Integrity, the Battle of the Eyes. Best of 5. Who wins?
I reckon Integrity would beat my team 3-2 or 3-1.
Okay. Okay. Why is that? Why 3-2 or 3-1?
Well, obviously my team's pretty new. We've got some new bloods who've only been playing a couple of months now. Obviously we haven't been with the team for a while where yes, they've lost one member, but four of their teammates have been playing for quite a while together now.
Mhm.
And obviously, the one win condition we have is if Randy, our solo laner, gets very far ahead and can just help out in mid lane and in jungle and just speed roll.
Now, obviously, for a lot of people that don't know, Randy's the kind of guy that will play oddball picks in the solo lane. You won't expect a lot of meta picks, I'm gonna guess, this week. For this tournament coming. Pardon me. If I'm correct, I'm gonna guess that's probably what you're gonna see from him. But so yeah, that's a lot of snowball potential, but however, a lot of throwing potential for your team. So I understand it.
Yeah, that's why I mean, like, the win condition for us is how Randy can face off their solo laner to see if he can get ahead or if he ends up going behind.
Now, okay, moving straight on to the fifth, sixth match. So you're saying it will be Step to the Left versus Infernal Warriors in a best of three. What are you giving that set?
It's best of three.
Best of three.
I reckon my team will just win by an inch, 2-1. It'll be 3 close games.
I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna let you in on a secret now. You're actually the first person to say your team will win that.
Really?
You're the first person to say your team will win the fifth, sixth match. Everyone's had the exact
Wow.
same. Like your team, you're in Sam's team down there, but you're the first person to say your team will win it. Everyone said 2-1, but for the other way.
Interesting. But then I'm guessing it's because everyone's seen how they play. No one's really seen how
Yeah, and
my mid laner plays or
everyone,
carries or
including myself, and this is not a knock to any of. Well, I guess it can be taken as a knock to you. I'm going to be brutally honest here. It's out on YouTube for you to see. I've said this. This set is going to be interesting for all the wrong reasons.
yeah, because
This is not
it's
going to be
interesting to
a
see how
this
people play.
this is not going to be the highest caliber of Smite you're going to watch. This is not why people are going to watch the game. People are going to watch the game because it's going to be close. I'm being honest.
Because from what I've seen, because obviously I played with Mason, I played with my mid laner, I feel like
Mhm.
my mid laner, if he is playing at his best, at his best, he is better than Mason. Now, Sam's moved to solo, which makes it slightly more difficult as now Randy knows that Sam's a solo. He'll probably have to play he'll have to play like better depending on who they had solo before. But I reckon that will be close, or Randy will steamroll with his odd picks.
Um,
Obviously, depending on how my mid laner goes forward would mean how the ADC and carry might works well, because my mid laner likes to go and help out in duo lane quite a bit, just killing. We
um,
get like double rotations.
thanks for letting everyone know how your mid laner rotates, Chris.
hmm Most mid laners rotate. I've already noticed that.
No, but like rotates a lot to do a lane.
Oh no, I'm not saying it just rotates to duo lane. I'm just saying we all like to help out each other.
Okay, okay,
Just
perfect.
like how everyone else is. I've seen other teams in scrims, their mid lane will always go and help out if the opponent's teams are too far forward.
No, no, okay. So moving on to the semi-finals, you have the Deicide Worldwide, the first seed, Yaris team versus
Yep.
Team Tug in a best of five. How are you giving that?
I want to say it's going to be very close games, but in the end, I reckon Deicide Worldwide will win it 3-2.
And why is that?
I'm just going from past scrims where they've steamrolled, but now with Eddie, it's going to be harder games.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it all depends on how Dean and Eddie play. If they are playing 100%, I reckon there's a chance they can easily win. But then it just also tells if Janus and his jungler can shut them down. So it all just depends yet again on the mid jungle. Because the solo
Okay,
lane, really good. Same with the duo lane.
nice. Nice. Okay. Going on to down to the bottom side of the bracket, you have another grudge match in Annexed versus Integrity. Kevin faces his old teammates in the semi-finals in a best of 5. How are you going to give that?
Well, I reckon Annex is going to win, and depending on how well they all play, it'll either be 3-1 or 3-2.
Okay. But what?
They make little mistakes in every game, 3-1. If they make a few mistakes during the gameplays, it'll be 3-2.
Okay. So going down to the third, fourth match, placement match here, you have Team Tug versus Integrity. How are you going to give that one?
I reckon
In the best of 3. Best of 3, sorry.
best of 3. I reckon, like, because both teams here are fairly skilled, obviously. There are some players in both teams who shine from the others,
Mm-hmm.
but I reckon in the end, Team Tug can pull out a win.
Score?
4-1.
Okay, I'm going to say it.
Just pull out a
Oh,
win.
I'm going to say it again. You're the first person to give it to Team Tug. You've got it the exact same way, and you're the first person to say Team Tug will win.
I only say that because, obviously, after losing from my predictions, I feel like Eddie and Dean will push to the best of their abilities to try and at least score a third.
Okay, perfect. And finally, moving on to the finals, the set everyone's been waiting for. We've got Deicide Worldwide versus Annexed in a best of 5.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to tell you this before we
Kevin's
start.
the jungler.
Before we start.
Yeah.
I've had 3 people on the show before you,
Yes.
and so far it is 2-1, like in favor of a certain team. And I'll tell you after you give your answer, because I don't want to influence anything.
Is Kevin the jungler?
Kevin's jungling for Annex, yeah. What else would he be
And
playing?
Alan Solo.
Alan Solo, yeah.
Okay. Ooh. See? I'm gonna give it to Annex 3-2.
And it's 3-1 Annexed on guests at the moment. It's 3-1 Annexed on guest there. You're the third person to
I take
say.
a guess and say Yanis was probably the person to say his team
I
will win.
mean, to be fair to him, he did put a comment in the last episode saying, in his defense, he had different rosters to go on. But I'd still, Giannis, you're still gonna say you're gonna win. I know you too well. You're gonna say you're gonna win.
Mainly because of the roster, I feel like Annex will clutch the victory in the end.
Yeah, you're the third person to say 3-2 Annex. Like, yeah, it's gonna be good smite. It's gonna be very good smite to watch. I'm excited to watch that set.
Obviously, like, semi-finals and the finals are probably going to be like the best games. So if it goes how
Best quality games, yeah, but maybe not the closest games.
No, I reckon if it was Team Tug versus Integrity and also Annex versus Deicide, I reckon those two games are going to be like the closest.
What, your team versus Sam's team? It's not going to be close.
By close, I mean the closest, well, the funnest and closest to watch.
I mean, your games will be fun to watch.
My
Your
team and Sam's team are going to be close as well, yeah, but it's not going to be like pro level gameplay compared to the other teams.
Nah, do you want about, mate? It's going to be professionals. We're all professionals. Well, apart from me, washed up.
Yeah, Mr. Washed Up, trying to give his own opinions.
Living in an old people's home for Smite players. No, so... Okay, so we've got your bracket position. Gonna go run through it quickly. So, in your opinion, 6th place will be finishing a step to the left. 5th place, Infernal Warriors. 4th place, Integrity. 3rd place, fucking... Oh, what was it? Team Tug. 2nd place, DSI Worldwide. And 1st place, you had Annexed. So you had the most changes in seeding. Everyone had one change in seeding. Well, apart
I
from
always seem
Giannis,
the
Giannis,
one to have the
Giannis,
most say.
Giannis refused to have a change in seeding. Fuck you, Giannis. But no, everyone apart from Giannis, because Giannis is different, um, had one change in seeding. That was the finals. You had a change in every placement match. So yeah,
Nice. That's how
interesting,
I like to see it.
interesting.
I have to be different. You know this.
Okay, so we're gonna go with where I'm gonna run this next bit is we're gonna go off the soft seeding. So we're gonna start with your team first. Okay.
Mhm.
MVP or best player on every team, and why are they the best player? Why are they going to be the player that is that each team is going to live and die by?
Oh, so do I do it in roster from just my team or
Your
from?
team, then Sam's team, then Dean's team, then Integrity, then fucking go on forward.
Okay, so I'm just stating this now. Sam's team. I don't know who the ADC is. I still don't know his name.
And you guess he's not a standout player to you.
So there are some players who I don't know the names of.
hmm Also, this is the one segment every time that I get to have my little rant when one name doesn't get mentioned for a team. So have fun. Go.
Well, that's kind of unfair because Yanis's team, I don't know any of their PSN names off by heart, apart from Yanis.
Go. Your team first.
So my team will probably be MVP will be obviously Randy or solo laner.
And why?
Then
Why is Randy your most valuable player?
because if he wins, we will do a lot better. If he loses, we will struggle a lot. He is definitely our most high valuable player in our team.
Okay. So we're going to move around step to the left. Step to the left. Who is their most valuable player in your opinion?
We have a choice of two, but I reckon if I give it to one of them, you're going to say it's stupid because of his position. So I'm going to give it to Sam.
Who who are you going to say was stupid because of the position?
Anders.
Why would you even factor
Support
that
doesn't
in?
always win you games.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you can't be the most. They can't be. I didn't say most. I said most valuable player. Really, this is going to be who to live and die by. If you think Anders is the most valuable player, that's fine. It's your
Okay
opinion.
then, I'll give it to Anders.
Yeah, you're not the first person to do that. So there you go. Why Anders though?
Because Anders obviously knows the most within that team. He's always been the person on that team when I was there to do like the shot calls, to always understand what to build and what to do. So I reckon if Anders tilted a bit and messed up his gameplay, it could diminish the whole team.
Oh, I know you didn't pick him, but I should have said at the start you can't pick Cass for MVP for that team. I should have said that, but I know you didn't say him because you didn't think of
Well,
that.
I wasn't gonna pick him because
Because
he's the coach.
he's not even been put down as a sub or anything. So,
He's the coach. Obviously, you can't pick the coach.
well, he might be the
Even
most.
if I
He
could.
still might be the most valuable player. You don't know that.
True, but he's not the one playing.
Good point. Just because he's not playing
You
does not
did
mean he's
say
not a
it has
player.
to be someone playing.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking. Okay, so Team Tug.
Okay, so I just need to ask, which one's jungle, which one's mid?
I've said many a time now. Eddie
Yeah.
jungle and Dean mid.
Eddie jungle and Doom mid. Okay, so I'm gonna say Eddie.
Mhm. What were you waiting to see who was jungle and gonna say their name? Is that what you were doing?
Well, depending on who's jungle and who's mid, it didn't really matter. It was just the fact that I know that Eddie is a better jungle than he is mid.
Mhm.
And when Eddie jungles, so far he does really well. Dean, with certain people, he changes up his strategy, but sometimes he can get caught out, sometimes he can't. Eddie, even without changing strategy, he's had more good games than he has had bad games.
You clearly have
Not
not watched a
saying
lot of
he's having bad
scrims.
games. Hey, I'm talking about the ones in this tournament, not just the ones that you found.
What?
You know, that random team? I don't know who they are.
No,
You were
I'm talking
scrimming.
about teams in this tournament as well. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not. I love Eddie, and he's a great jungler. But like I'm saying, like he has had
Yeah,
a.
no, teams had a lot more good games, but I mean, like, Eddie
But
has
I guess Eddie's got
shown
a
more.
wider variety of games. So if you look at percentages, I guess they're about the same percentage of bad to good to bad games. They're about
Yeah,
exactly the same. But no, carry on.
that was Team Tug. Uh,
hmm So just
that was waiting for the next one.
waiting for, like was that what was your reasoning for Eddie? Just because he's a good jungler, he doesn't get caught out. You gave a reason
No,
why you picked
the
Eddie over
reason
Dean,
was
but like you didn't
because
give an actual
obviously
reason.
the reason is because either way, Dean and Eddie are always they're gonna play their best. I mean, like, depending on who it is, if the jungle's able to pull off the perfect ganks and pull off everything, they're just gonna get ahead. And I know Eddie is able to do that when he's playing at his peak.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to Integrity. Who is their
Oh,
MVP?
fuck, this is one of the ones that I don't know the names of.
I mean, you've scrimmed against them, so you should know.
I know, I just don't remember like the PSN names.
Got Alpha Happy in the jungle, who was their solo laner
Okay,
before. You've got Haha in mid. You've got Ice
okay.
Wolf in support, and you've got Mushroom Pieman in ADC.
I'm gonna say ho ho.
Okay. Why
That's
Haha?
how I said it.
Why have you gone Haha?
Because I have no idea how the solo laner will play in jungle, because I've only seen him in solo. And Haha was a really great player in mid.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna go with Annex. Chris, who's Annexed as MVP?
Fuck off.
Who is it? Come on, who is it?
Fuck. I don't know.
How don't you know? You know all these players.
Yeah, and what I mean is like they're all like the star players.
Come on. Who is Annex's MVP? Come on. By
I
the
want
way,
to
just
say
claim it.
what was the disclaimer?
Now, okay. Okay, I said this now for what? Every episode. Okay? Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I respect the choices. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion here. Okay? And every one of them is a great player, and I understand why anyone would pick them. But can someone, for the love of God, say fucking Ollie?
I was only saying Alan
Every
due
one of
to
them is
his
amazing.
past gods.
Everyone of them is amazing, but Ollie is just insane at this game.
No, Ollie is a god in this game, but I mean like Alan's able to shine on multiple different roles due to his vast god pool.
Mm-hmm. And what role is he playing in this in this thing? Is he playing
No,
every role in this tournament? But okay, that's your
no,
answer.
but
That's your
like
answer. Okay.
thanks to him being able to do that, it's going to be very hard to decide what he's going to play
Mm-hmm.
and what you can do to like counter him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say Alan's probably the best player right now, due to the fact that if he was going to be the last person to choose his god, you're not going to know what the fuck you should play against him.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, moving on to Deicide Worldwide.
Yanis,
And why?
because he's legendary in mid. I've watched almost all of his scrims, and he always plays amazing that I've seen. Like he's always got his really good moments in his
Okay,
games.
I'm cutting you off there. I'm not allowing anyone to get Giannis' head too big. That's just something we don't need. We don't
Hey,
need.
I have to listen. I've said his team's gonna lose, but I have to at least make it so he doesn't hate me
No.
after.
Okay. I should have asked this question to everybody else, but I'll ask it if I can try and run a captain's round table at some point. before the tournament starts. Probably try and run it on some point this week. Um, and I'll also ask you this question again in that video, Chris, but I just want to ask you now. Who do you think, because I'm going to do this as well, I'm going to do a voting system after the tournament with the captains,
Okay.
will be the tournament's MVP?
The tournament's MVP.
The whole tournament. Who is going to get the best player in the tournament? Who is
Oh
going to be
my
given the
god.
award? Who do you think?
With all honesty, I'm gonna probably have to think of someone from a team who's gonna be playing the most games, because you'll be seeing
Not
more
necessarily.
from them.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you're saying Annex and DSI Worldwide get into the finals, they play 2 sets. They can still have the most valuable player of the tournament.
True, but then if there's a possibility that one of the lower grade teams can go even further than anyone could expect them,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
I don't know. There's so many players I could choose from that I would
yeah,
probably say.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you get it wrong, Chris. There's no harm in getting it wrong in this one.
Hmm. Tournament, all tournament MVP. Do I have to give a reasoning as well?
No, not really.
That
So
makes things so much easier.
we'll be here all day otherwise.
Oh, we are gonna be here all day. Can I give two?
I mean, sure, you can give it between 2 right now, but I'm gonna need a proper answer if I do run a captain's roundtable.
No, I'll give a proper answer if we run that. But right now, I'm gonna either give it to Ollie.
Oh yes, yes. Okay, here we go. I'm liking this answer, Chris. I'm loving the answer. Okay.
Or see, I'm trying to think between two teams for the second one.
Okay.
It probably like for the second one, it's either gonna have to be Eddie or Dean.
Okay.
I reckon Ollie or Eddie.
Okay. Wait, I've just realised something here, Chris. You've given it to the
What?
2 people I'm most likely to give it to just before I even see gameplay.
Without even deciding to do that.
I mean, I get a vote, but there's 7 votes. Every team captain gets a vote after the
The
tournament.
problem is, I was thinking maybe give it to an MVP of the team, but then
You can't
they
really,
obviously
you
wouldn't
can't. I know,
always give
but
it.
yeah, you can't vote for your person on your team. That's the thing.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking someone on my team. Like Randy, yeah, could be an MVP, but that's only if we actually win multiple games.
Okay, perfect.
Like
Okay.
he's the double-edged sword. He's gonna have a bad game, so he's not gonna be a full-time MVP.
Okay, and finally, the team you want to face the most.
I had a team in mind, but I can't give that team anymore for deciding reasons.
Who was that team?
Annex, because I wanted to face you. But I actually have a new team in mind that I really want to face.
Who's that?
1 second. Team Tug,
Why Team Tug?
because I want to play against Dean and Eddie.
The Ymir Kepri connection.
Exactly. Like, they made the nicknames from so long ago, it's like, now they're finally getting to play in an actual team. I want to face them and see how well that can go.
It's not exactly the first time this has happened, but sure.
I mean, like, for a long time.
It's true.
Because Eddie's been in a team with you for a lot longer than he's been in a team with Eddie, so he's been far away from Dean for quite a while.
Eddie's been on a team longer than me than without me.
Yeah.
So I guess you want to go that way, sure.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you've been on 2 different teams that have had Dean and Eddie on it as well. Yeah, you have.
I've been in teams where it's had Dean and Eddie and you and Eddie. So, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it. So anyway,
But then if you remember when it was Dean and Eddie, it was different positions.
all right. Anyway, Chris, any shout-outs to give?
Uh, I'd like to shout out my team.
Okay.
Hope they do well.
Would you like to plug yourself quickly to my viewers?
My YouTube channel is Don's Gaming.
There you go.
Please join us to watch the scrims.
Sound. Right. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Tune in to the next one with tomorrow, where I have Team Tug Captain the Vamp. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
See ya.